Hello everyone. Today's class it is the continuation of our chapter Consumer Protection Act, and the topics I'll be dealing today is importance of consumer protection, rights of a consumer, and responsibilities of a consumer. So now, why this consumer protection, protecting a consumer was felt important was because of the commercial organizations which are stronger than the consumers, because they are better informed and are in a better position comparatively to consumer. So if we see about the importance of consumer protection, first and foremost point will be to organize consumers. Our Indian consumers, they are spread over uh, over a great geographical area. To bring them under one, to make them more united and strong, this Consumer Protection Act has come into use since 1986. And the next most important thing is provide market information. Some consumers, what they do is they use the product, but they don't know, they don't have proper information about it. It could be the quality of the product, quantity of the product, price of the product, or it could be any marketing facility. So this Consumer Protection Act, it says that if a consumer is asking for some information while buying the product, he or she should be given complete information about the goods or services whatever they are taking or hiring. So that is about providing marketing information. The next point is importance of physical safety. Now we are using products and services. Now they should be safe to use. They should not affect our life. It should not be hazardous to our life or property. So here comes the Consumer Protection Act, which saves us from this. Now that products in the market, there are so many products which are adulterated, and if we get affected because of that, we can file a case asking for justice or asking for compensation. And here comes the Consumer Protection Act. With the help of it, we can file a case in the consumer court and get the compensation for the loss which we have got. So that is about importance of physical safety. Next is avoiding monopoly. Now monopoly is the crown of modern market, and though there are restrictive measures, but some business organizations, they still follow these monopolistic practices and exploit customers. So here comes consumer protection saying that monopoly is not allowed. The next point is prevention of malpractices. The wrongdoings which are taken up by the business firms, it could be the unfair trade practices like black marketing, hoarding, or restrictive trade practices, or monopolistic practices. These are not allowed. So that is what the Consumer Protection Act says, that malpractices, in case if the business organizations have used some malpractice and through that we receive the product, we can raise our voice against it. So that was about prevention of malpractices. Next we have is avoiding pollution. The goods or services whichever we are buying, and because of that during its production, if the environment is getting polluted, we can file a case, because it is not good for the consumers, at the same time for all the citizens living in that particular country, or for all human beings, human race. So that is about avoiding pollution. Then next importance is misleading advertisements. Now advertisements, they exaggerate about the product, and they advertise about it because every seller wants to grab the attention of the customers, and they try to see to it that their product is sold in the market. For that they advertise it in a it speaks more than what the product can do. So it is always advisable that we should inspect the product, or we can ask the user who has already used the product and come to a conclusion, rather than blindly believing the advertisement and going and buying the product. So advertisements can be misleading. They can be, we might be taking we might misjudge the product just basing upon the advertisement, which we should not be doing. And in case if the advertisement has misled and we have used a product and we got affected because of that, we can take the help of consumer protection all the time. And the last importance is informing the customers and the consumers about their rights. So that is first and foremost thing the consumer protection right has come into wig is to make the consumers know about their rights. Now the next topic which I'm going to explain, rights of consumers, it will be more clear to you over there. All right, to begin with the rights of consumers, first and foremost is right to safety. This is our right as a consumer. When we buy a product or a service, it should not be hazardous to our life or property. We should not get physically affected because of the usage of that product or service. So that is our right, and we can raise our voice against that. The next right is right to information about the product. When we are asking the information about the product, the manufacturer or the seller should give us the information. They cannot pressurize us that we will not reveal the information as such. And in such a situation, we can take our own decision whether to buy the product or to just go ahead without buying it. So that is right to information. Right to information, so basically it says that we are liable to get information regarding the product and services which we are buying or hiring. The next right is right to choice. When we go shopping or when we go to purchase, we have a choice over there. None of the sellers can pressurize you, can say that no, you have to buy this only. No, it is up to you. Whatever you want to buy, you can choose from the products or the services and can take it. So that is about right to choice. Next is right to consumer education. Now every consumer has got a right to be educated, right to be told about the product or the service they are taking. People who are educated, they can manage, but how about the people who are not educated? They should be still guided for the information which they are looking for or which they should have. So that is about right to consumer education. Next we have is right to seek redressal. Now because of the usage of the product or service, we are not satisfied. Okay, in such a situation, whatever the reason could be, quality, quantity or price or whatever, we can file a case. We have a right, we can seek, we can get the redressal. Redressal is the justice for whatever bad has happened to us. So that is right to seek redressal. Next, the last right, the sixth right, actually there we have got 6 rights, and the last right is right to be heard and or right to be represented. So when something wrong has happened because of the product or the service, we can raise our voice, and our views are to be heard. We can represent ourselves or we can advocate our case in the consumer court. So these were the 6 rights, dear students: right to safety, right to information, right to choice, right to consumer education, right to seek redressal, and right to be heard or right to be represented. So these were the rights. Speaking about the responsibilities of a consumer, first and foremost will be quality conscious. Now being like when we as consumers, when we go to buy a product, we should be very careful with the quality of the product. We should check whether it is meeting the standard quality certification mark or not. Like we have ISI mark, we have egg mark, we have eco mark, we have hallmark, and there are so many other certification marks of a product which makes them genuine. We should check them, and only then we should buy the product, because this is the genuinity extent of a product. So that is about quality, being quality conscious. The next responsibility as consumers, we should be aware of misleading advertisements. Not that we believe each and every advertisement and we get attracted to the product and we buy it without actually checking whether that is correct or not, in case if it is going to harm us or so. So that is our one more responsibility. And the next responsibility will be the responsibility to inspect a variety of goods before we make our selection. It means when we are buying a product, we should not just stick to one product and get it. We should inquire, search little more, and then come to a conclusion of buying a product. And the next responsibility as a consumer is to collect the proof of the transaction whichever we have done. Why? Because in case if we are filing a case in the consumer court, these documents will be very helpful. When we buy the proof, either the cash memo or an invoice will be given. And also in case of a durable good, if we have bought, we'll be given a warranty guarantee card. So we need to keep it till the expiration date, whether it's 2 years or 3 years. Once the warranty expires, we can dispose it. Otherwise, we are supposed to keep those documents also safely. The need might arise, and in such case we can use these documents. And the next responsibility as a consumer is to know our rights. Just now, the previous topic which I have told, we should know that these are our rights, and we can speak against any injustice happening to us. It is complaint of genuine grievances. Now, as a consumer, if you are complaining an issue, it should be first informed to the manufacturer. And in case if the manufacturer is not taking an action, then we should file a complaint in our consumer courts. And what this point actually says is, whenever we are complaining about something, it should be correct, it should be genuine. Not that we are creating a complaint or some fictitious complaint, and we are filing a case, or we are giving a wrong claim for compensation amount. So in case if the court comes to know that wrong complaint is being launched, we can be penalized for that. So that is why we should be very careful when we are filing a complaint. It should have actually happened to us, and we are not giving some wrong complaint to just use the consumer courts or the manufacturers, exploit the manufacturers. So that is about complaining a genuine grievance. And the last point is proper use of goods and services. The goods and services which we are buying from the seller, we should use them properly. Not that because there is guarantee period, we can handle the product as we want. Anyhow, knowing that in case if it is damaged, we might get a new piece. That is again a wrongdoing which we should not be doing. So these were the responsibilities of a consumer, dear students. And other than these responsibility is we should be also be conscious towards our fellow consumers, towards the society, and towards the ecology. And also please see to it that whenever we are purchasing or consuming something, it should not lead to waste of natural resources or the energy, and also it should not lead to the environmental pollution. So these were the 3 topics, dear students. Hope you all have understood. In case any doubts, I'll be soon conducting a Zoom meeting. You can clarify your doubts there. So just jot it down, put it on a paper, and be ready with your doubts. Thank you for listening. Good day.